What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
Hello, Depraved.
Yes, we are. And on our continuation of Chase the Day Away, a day of chase.
Daylight chasing time?
Also, we're chasing 2,900 subs. I'm just saying. We just hit 2,800. So we're running. We've actually averaged or gotten 260 plus subs over the last 28 days, which is like my highest, or our highest jump since, I want to say, the ERB of Pennywise versus Joker.
Which was a long time ago.
Which was before she was here. Although that's not fair because I get me like almost 700 subs in a couple days. So this is the biggest jump the channel's had since then. Now, with that being said, now I know we've joked around about calling it Chase the Day Away, and this being a day about Chase, but this song is actually Elijah Kyle's.
Yes. Featuring
Chase. It also just so happened to drop today after Chase had asked for us to check out the other two tracks, and it was just kind of like it worked out.
It did. We were going to cover this one anyway.
Yes.
And we're not able to do it at midnight when it dropped because he was still at work.
True.
So,
with that being said, I kind of wanted to go into a little bit of a semi-history lesson with this.
Theological?
Just to get an idea of what this track might be about. Because I like to do this and see if I'm right sometimes.
He likes to try and foreshadow.
A lot of times I keep the shit in my head. Ah, man, I barely missed it. I keep it in my head.
And Mark, we struggle.
Yeah. 2 minutes is a really long time to go without cussing.
For us.
Try to keep it in my head and see if I'm right, and I really don't talk about that.
Right.
So in this situation, Purgatory is supposed to be the middle plane of existence between heaven and hell.
Kind of a waiting room of sorts.
Basically a place to wait to see where your judgment will lead you.
Well, also kind of like a work off your sins room. You're not so much of a sinner that you have to be tortured forever, but you've still got some penance to do before you can make it to heaven. Right,
which is also where the idea of ghosts and people having unfinished business comes from.
Right.
Also, we were just talking about Dante. Dante had written a trilogy of books. It was Dante's Inferno, which was about the 7 circles above.
Yes.
Was it 7?
It is correct.
Holy hell, I'm right about something. Purgatorio, which I did not read. And then Paradiso, or Paradisimo. Is it Paradisio? Paradiso.
And I read all 3 of them.
Which is heaven, or paradise.
And I recommend Inferno.
Inferno is the one I've read and is great, and I was told not to read the other 2 because they suck. She's also confirmed they suck.
I did not say they suck, I said they were boring.
That means they suck. So...
yeah, I mean, like, I still understand why they're classics, but... God, no. Inferno was amazing.
So, my prediction, though, is that this song...
7 or is it 9? Now, my brain...
I think it's 7. I don't remember.
This is what overthinking does to you. I think it corresponds with the virtues versus the vices. So I think it's 7.
It's 7 and 9.
There used to be 9. But then 2 of them got swallowed in because they were redundant. It was hell, y'all.
Now, with that being said, the place I think this track is going to go is I think it is going to play on the idea that we're already in purgatory as human beings.
Possible, yeah. A lot of people believe that.
Yes.
This is sort of our... Well, if you think of reincarnation, too, like you're not able to actually ascend, you have to reincarnate in order to keep learning life lessons that you didn't get the last time through and work through them and until finally you have reached this plane of ascension. So, I mean,
I have several other ideas that I'm not going to go into because we could have a long...
We really could.
Discussion about theology, religion.
We'll save that until afterwards.
No, we won't. We're going to avoid that because I'm not turning this into an hour and a half long.
No, I meant like after we close this out.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slash this up and break this down. Please understand, we are reacting this with the idea that you have already heard the song, even if we have not.
Right.
we are going to pause it and break it down quite a bit. It's what we do.
We do focus on that in this channel.
If you do not like pauses,
The link
there's
is
a
below.
link down below. Go click it. Go listen to the full song. And sorry, not sorry, but that's what we do.
Right.
So with that being said, we're going to slash up, break it down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Elijah Kyle, Purgatory,
Chase.
with Chase. Let's get it.
Ooh.
Island on the beat. Yeah. Let me vent.
I'm already loving the trumpet sound in the background.
I'm vibing to it. I'm just like,
And apparently, Kyle's about to vent.
okay, I'm here for that.
We're here for the vents.
Yeah. Let me vent. The only way I really know how to.
Or was that Chase?
It's more than music. Yeah, we was young and active, foolish.
Kyle.
The guidance was self-created. Never had a blueprint or anyone who related. My passions were simply stemmed from the fire.
Oh, hold on. We got to start that over. Was not ready. Was not ready. I was so caught up in the vibes of the fucking trumpet. He started rapping,
just
and then
kept
I was like,
swaying to it, and like
exactly. It came to a point where I was like, wait, what? What
my
did he say?
brain took a second to engage.
All right, let's try that again.
Yeah, we was young and active, foolish. The guidance was self-created. Never had a blueprint or anyone who related. My passions were simply.
Never had
Okay.
a blueprint or anyone who
Guidance.
related.
Guidance was self. Basically, they guided themselves.
Right.
Um,
Young and acting foolish. Yeah.
saying, you know, we had no guidance. There was nobody telling us what we should not do. We just kind of running with it.
There was no blueprint. Yep. No one related to us.
Guidance was self-created. Never had a blueprint or anyone who related. My passions were simply stemmed from the fire and all my anguish. The build-up sense of entitlement. Circumstances were changing, switching.
Oof. Oof. Furnaces from all the hate and anguish, and I don't think he said hate, but like all of the feelings that he was repressing.
pain.
Yeah.
Self-created, never had a blueprint or anyone who related. My passions were simply stemmed from the fire and all my anguish. The build-up sense of entitlement. Circumstances were changing, switching houses. Often wondering, was life an endless payment put on loop? So if you're not rich, the odds are never inside your favor. People are born in
Stuck in a loop, put
Yeah.
on loops.
That's what Purgatory is kind of about.
And if you're not rich,
Yeah.
always stuck in your pain, always, there's no progression.
Right. You can't break the cycle. I also like how he started with the passions, and it was created from the anguish and everything, because the passions are something that are referred to quite often when it comes to any theological discussion. So, and he's talking about them firing. His passions were fired by. So, like how he's talking about it.
endless payment put on loop. So if you're not rich, the odds are never inside your favor. People are born and left behind right from the jump. People acting like they care, but they don't really give a fuck. It's got me stuck. I never truly feel like I belong. Well, I'm surrounded by supporters who would catch me if I fall. But if the house of cards collapses, collateral won't get far. It's like I'm swimming with the current while surrounded by these sharks. And
Woo! Ooh. Swimming with the current while surrounded by sharks.
And I like that, the house of cards falling.
Collapsing.
Just, oh man, the metaphors used, and like saying he has all these people that do support him,
Right.
but like knowing that that could fall at any time.
There's still the sharks circling, waiting for
Right.
his fall. And they're not his supporters, but they're there. They're waiting just to see him fail. I like that he said that he's swimming with the current. Like, he's not swimming against it. He's not getting out in front of it. Again, it's that whole loop, stuck on the loop cycle kind of. He's just going with the flow. So,
Right.
yeah.
like I belong, well, I'm surrounded by supporters who would catch me if I fall. But if the house of cards collapses, collateral won't get far. It's like I'm swimming with the current while surrounded by these sharks and venomous snakes, searching for some ways to escape, so I don't end up on the news going out like Cobain. I'm on a mission for eternal peace.
For those of you that don't know, Kurt Cobain was the front man for Nirvana. Took a shotgun to his own head.
Right. Which there are conspiracy theories about.
Right. A lot of people think it could have been old girl.
Right. Or government. Those are the two circling.
But for all intents and purposes of the song,
Right.
talking about suicide.
The current while surrounded by these sharks and venomous snakes, searching for some ways to escape so I don't end up on the news going out like Cobain. I'm on a mission for eternal peace, and I don't want my friends all dead like Uzi. I want to see us thrive with no streets. Secure our bags and leave this game a better place than where we landed. Leave this earth a better place for our children and all our families, cause everybody can win. There is room for us all. Cut your ego that's stopping you from getting this far.
And I like that. He's like, everybody can eat.
Yeah. There's a place for us all. There doesn't have to be one or the other. That's
No.
just the way that the system is set up right now.
Exactly. Which is true.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but true.
Can win. There is room for us all. Cut your ego that's stopping you from getting this far. I don't care about your net worth. Show me what your heart's worth. Show me not by talking but by actions. If you're not first then you're last. It's not the way I'm living. My only critic is the man inside the mirror, and all the rest can go stick it where the sun don't.
Ooh, I like that. My only critic is the
Man.
man in the mirror.
So, yeah. The only one that's worth.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Right. I knew that was coming. Yeah.
I could have gone the Lil Wayne route,
Well, okay. True. I knew it was going to be MJ, though.
but then his came from MJ.
MJ. Right.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
My only critic is the man inside the mirror, and all the rest can go stick it where the sun don't shine. My competition is myself. I'm done with living up to the expectations and dwell upon what people think who couldn't do this. You might be better with the shot, but not a single person better with the music. This is Terrence.
Ooh. Might be better with the shot.
Right.
Now, I will say, and that's one of the things I hate about people that talk about other artists, where I think we actually kind of excel at. I have seen tons of people. Now, I have never heard anyone talk negatively of Elijah.
Right.
Do not get me wrong. Almost everyone I have heard has been like, love the dude,
Right.
great music, so forth and so on. I'm not saying he doesn't get it, because obviously he sees more of his haters than we do.
Right.
But one of the things we've tried to do differently is, if there's something we don't like, we just try and give constructive criticism. And again, we always preface it with, I mean, we're just reactors. We're
And
not
it's subjective.
musicians.
The music is subjective, too.
It's subjective, but at the same time, like, we don't know what it's like to put a song fully together.
Right.
Again, take
Just
our
as
opinion with a grain of
listeners,
salt.
This is what we heard. And it's never, we always put it as constructive criticism.
Right.
Always.
But which again, that's why I said it's one of the few things we do that I feel it can be better than a lot of others. Is there are a lot of people out there, a lot of people that be like, oh man, no, this just fucking sucks.
Right.
This is garbage.
But again, music's subjective, and, you know,
Which is also
if
why
people love it, they love it.
right. Which is also why I say, like, for me, every now and again it'll slip, but I have tried really hard to consciously remember to never say something sucks when it comes to art. At the most, I will say it's not for me.
Right.
Much like mumble rap or anything like that. Like, as long as something has a fan base and people are out there that actually love it,
There's consumers for it.
there's consumers for it, it's not right to say something sucks.
Right.
Um,
Somebody.
it might not be for you,
Is
just like it
connecting
might
with
not
it.
be for me,
Yeah.
but if somebody connects with it, that's
Who it was made for.
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like how he's saying that his only critic is himself. I mean, he did say the line about your ego is what's holding you back, and the line before that, and that can be a problem. People can also be way too critical on themselves.
Right.
But honestly, as an artist or any other form of getting ahead, bettering yourself, you are your own worst critic. And you're also supposed to be your best support.
Right.
So if you're doing what you love and it sounds good to you, that's what you should be doing.
Yes.
I'm done with living up to the expectations and dwell upon what people think who couldn't do this. You might be better with the shot, but not a single person better with the music. This is Tarantino mixed with a Stephen King and a crucifix. My sober mind is dangerous.
Get it. Tarantino mixed with Stephen King and the crucifix.
It's Bloody Horror Sunday. Bloody Sunday. Oh, God. That's great. That's great. Can we do like a Stephen King spaghetti western style?
He says
with religious overtones.
You know what's bad? Stephen King did not write The Exorcist, but when he said Stephen King with the crucifix, my mind crucifix immediately went to Regan.
Right. Right. I mean, it is a horror movie reference that is bloody and has the religious overtones. Again, that's not, but that's.
That was great.
Music, this is Tarantino mixed with a Stephen King and a crucifix. My sober mind is dangerous. I never needed pills to spit. If hell is really real, I'll let you know and paint the story. If I had to guess, my one-way ticket straight to purgatory. I remember you were skipping class.
All right.
He's like, I don't think I'm necessarily going to heaven or hell. I think I'm going to be stuck on this fucking earth forever.
Right, one-way ticket. Or, yeah, the theological purgatory. Either way. Honestly, my one-way ticket is
I was like, mine was stamped
ground.
Years ago.
Yeah. Signed, sealed, delivered. The throne is just being held right now. Just gonna say.
We're pillow fighting for it.
If I had to guess, my one-way ticket straight to purgatory. I remember you were skipping class, anything for extra cash. I was never judging, that's just not the life I want to have. I've seen these drugs take so many people that I know, and I don't want to be another artist dead before I'm 24. I feel your pain. It's like an endless fucking cycle, and it killed your brain. I said I'd be there to the end, but then you fucking...
That's rough.
Being somebody that has watched friends kill themselves, not literally kill themselves, but slowly kill themselves by use of drugs, this hits really fucking hard.
Right. And there's been plenty of people over the years that I've seen that were close to me go down, make the decision to go down this route, and my having to say, look, I'm not judging you, but I can't be involved with this, which caused a chasm, a division, and I just had to step away. And as much as I loved them, I couldn't support what they were doing, and I didn't want to do that. So I definitely get him saying it's not a judgment, I just don't want to be another person dead before 24.
Right.
No, and I don't want to be another artist dead before I'm 24. I feel your pain. It's like an endless fucking cycle, and it killed your brain. I said I'd be there to the end, but then you fucking changed. I tried to lead you to the water, but your choice was made. It's fucking sad it had to be like this, but I don't want to be the one who's talking from your grave, or somewhere in the alley with the needle in my veins and take a bullet for you, dog. And see, that would never change, but I can see you die slowly. I hope that you really change. We need...
And that's something a lot of people, like I said, we've been through.
Yeah.
Like, you can try and lead...
He's going for the whole lead a horse to water metaphor, but yeah.
You could try and lead people in the right direction. You could try and say, look, this is what I think you need to do. But ultimately, it's up to them. But it's always going to affect us emotionally.
Right.
Especially if they're really close friends.
And, you know, you then have to make the choice. Are you going to put yourself in the path of destruction yourself, or are you going to take a step back? And how does that affect the relationship that you once had? And it is a complete change. Although I like that he, again, mentioned the endless cycle.
Right.
It's the same loop, which is the whole purgatory theme. They're stuck in a loop until they've worked off their penance.
Yep.
Dog, and see, that would never change, but I can see you die slowly. I hope that you really change. We need to do better, and that's myself included. That's why I'm always steady preaching. is more than the music. I have a platform and a voice, and I'm here to just use it for the betterment of the world that we're abusing. This is Tarantino mixed with a Stephen King and a crucifix. My sober mind is dangerous. I never needed pills to spit. If hell is really real, I'll let you know and paint the story. If I had to guess, my one-way ticket straight to purgatory. I'm getting tired of constant.
All right, so now we got Chase coming in.
Right.
Also, quick shout out, 3-verse song.
Yes, I know. I know.
Yo, I know we be getting really petty about that, guys, and I do apologize, but I will tell
Although
you what.
we haven't ranked any of the songs lower because of it.
No.
We're just old school in terms of, guys, come on, please.
Give us more.
Right.
Okay, I'm ready for this.
If I had to guess, my one-way ticket straight to purgatory. I'm getting tired of constantly trying to search for glory. Only time I should rest is in a purgatory. Heard a story about a shepherd who was leading sheep, but he led them to the lepers, told a herd don't worry. Now you expect me to put my...
Ooh.
Led the herd to the lepers.
Yeah.
Leprosy, by the way, is a terrible disease. It causes people to lose limbs.
Did he say that or leopards, as in the animal?
I'm pretty sure he said to the lepers.
Okay.
Although you could be right.
Either way, they're going to lose limbs.
True.
And they were betrayed. So, I mean...
Only time I should rest is in a purgatory. Heard a story about a shepherd who was leading sheep, but he led them to the lepers, told a herd don't worry. Now you expect me to put my trust in a human being. Never that, cause you never know what that human seen. I notice people who seem the most real always end up being shepherds, feeding the leopard sheep. I don't understand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so he did say leopards earlier.
Right. Like I said,
I was wrong.
either way, they're losing limbs and they
Sure.
were stabbed in the back. But yeah, the people that are the best at faking it, at the manipulation that it takes to actually have a following, I guess. And if you're looking at sheep as the flock, that the negative connotation of sheep is the ones that don't think. They just follow along with everything, you know. Those people are the scariest. Those are the cult leaders, the Jim Jones. You know, I mean, obviously there's people that aren't in the news that have smaller followings or whatnot, but nonetheless, they're the best at faking it.
A lot of women are too. That's a whole nother story.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm just saying that, you know, actually there's a fair amount of women that are cult leaders established, because that whole appealing in that maternal sort of way, or that very caring sort of way, is a lie from those people, at least. But yeah.
It was a sexual joke, baby.
Yeah, I know. And I took it the serial killer cult leader route because that's what I wanted to.
Never that, cause you never know what that human seen. I notice people who seem the most real always end up being shepherds, feeding the leopard sheep. I don't understand. My thoughts stacked to the top now, bottled up with pain to the point I'm about to pop now. I always hated that emotion. But what's life without a blessing after pain that keeps you open to the newest possibilities we never thought could happen? Like rapping to the fans that I made that'll keep backing my music till I die. Shit, I always wonder why dope artists never get the love until they cop a casket. That's the...
Why is it so many good artists don't get their flowers while they're alive?
Right.
And that's something I never understood. How many times have you heard an artist considered a legend after they've passed, but
After they've passed.
they don't get told that while they're here?
Right. And I mean, it's not quite as understandable in today's age. It was somewhat, you know, even 30 years ago, because unless they got signed, they weren't mainstream. They weren't heard elsewhere other than their own little
Cities.
circle or wherever they were able to play.
Right.
And it was only once they passed away or their family went out of their way to create a record or something of the sort that they made it past those boundary lines. today's day and age, so many people have access to social media platforms that it's less understandable that we don't hand out props and recognition to artists that actually deserve it while they're here.
Right.
Let them know we appreciate them and how they're doing. And
But even still, it still happens so much with artists.
well, that's what I'm saying. It,
right.
it doesn't make sense to me now that we have access and the ability to do it.
It both does and doesn't, and I'll tell you why. So, in the same way that we struggle personally with keeping up with so many reactions from
That's
so
true.
many people, there are so many artists we support. I mean, our tier list that we're working on has 66 artists, and those are people that, like, again, like, we do 3 reactions a day on average,
5 days a week.
5 days a week, maybe 6 days on a good week.
Try and cover what we've missed in a live stream.
Right. It's
Overwhelming is what you're
it
talking
can
about,
be
yeah.
overwhelming, and it's gotten to the point where we have to rotate in and out people, so it's
Right.
not like we're focusing on 1 or 2 people.
Right.
Um,
But it doesn't mean that we don't show our support.
right. So, but we try to get around to everybody when we can. With that being said, that it can be like that in fandom too, because again, so like people like us, honestly, my Twitter activeness has raised a lot in the last 4 months.
Right.
There was a period of time I got on Twitter literally just to post, hey, reacted to this, come check it out, and I was done.
I just opened Twitter like a month ago, myself personally.
But there are some people that find it hard, and a lot of this will baffle a lot of people. There are some people that find it hard being on social media all the time.
Right.
I'm one of them. I mean, I get a lot of time at work to do so now.
I don't have any excuse. I just don't want to.
Right. So, I mean, again, I can understand it to an
Right,
extent
right, I
on
get it.
why maybe it's hard for everyone to get around to everyone. That's why I have a lot of respect for people like Nico, who is
Yes.
every fucking where.
I don't know how he does it.
Me neither. He's not a reactor. That's how he does it.
Right. Right, but he seems to be in everyone's lives, and they're all happening at once. You're like,
It happened
How?
today. I was both in script work and Holla at Crazy's live.
I
and
saw
he was
that.
in both of
I
them.
saw that,
And
yeah.
I'm like, dude. But no, guys, if at all possible, please
show your favorite artist love.
show your favorite artist love, man. Let them know we're thinking about you. You guys are doing great.
Right.
I mean, what is it like in this last tier stream that we did and the next one? We've got 2 artists coming up, both of which have been like, I had no clue that you would even think to put me in this.
Oh, yeah, that's
Because
happened
EP
in
Music
almost
was in the last
all
one.
of our... Yeah.
And then we got Jackson Pierce
but
in the
wait,
next
we
one.
had Aaron Keese in the first one.
We also had DK Rap Artist, who everyone seems to keep forgetting,
Right.
who's actually a really dope fucking artist.
So, I mean, there's been
Like-
quite a few people who, and then Athena, you know, they just are kind of shocked that they were even put in a tier list. So, I mean, it is important.
Right. It's, yeah, just show your favorite artist some love.
Everybody likes to be recognized anyway, but when they're putting themselves out there like this, I mean, writing in general, and then, like, EK started this whole thing with, like, he's venting the only way he knows how, which, I mean, he's writing his anguish and everything he described down in music form. That
Which-
takes a fair amount of vulnerability.
Which, to be honest, how many people don't open themselves up because
Right.
they're afraid of what other people think? And these guys openly pin
Right
it
there.
and put it out
Whether-
for people to hear.
It's in this kind of track, or it's in one that's a little bit more humorous and we're like, oh, that's messed up, but it's super funny. They're still opening themselves up. That's still...
Right.
And like EK said, this is the only way he knows how. So, you know, give them the respect that they deserve, at least, a bare minimum.
Exactly.
Like rapping to the fans that I made that'll keep backing my music till I die. Shit, I always wonder why dope artists never get the love until they cop a casket. That's the world we live in, romanticizing the dead. Instead of showing
Sure.
support to an artist, we keep our head held down. We never show the respect, but when they dine, you can benefit. You quote what they said. This shit is quick.
Right. Okay, well, most of what we said was foreshadowing of what he then went on to say, and then I hate that kind of action, like after they die and you think that you can benefit based off of the romanticizing of the tragic news and possibly the way they went out being romanticized, and people are like, yeah, I'm gonna quote him now.
Right.
It's like, really?
Instead of showing support to an artist, we keep our head held down. We never show the respect, but when they down, you can benefit. You quote what they said, this shit is twisted, ain't it? I need a zip to straighten out my mind, I'm sitting patient.
Need a zip to straighten out
Held
your
down.
mind.
We never show the respect, but when they down, you can benefit. You quote what they said, this shit is twisted, ain't it? I need a zip to straighten out my mind, I'm sitting patient.
Hold on, what?
Held down. We never show the respect, but when they down, you can benefit. You quote what they said, this shit is twisted, ain't it? I need a zip to straighten out my mind, I'm sitting patient.
He needs a zip to straighten out his mind.
Well, he said it's twisted, ain't it?
Yeah.
And one thing to close up a bag is a twist tie. It's
Right.
twisted. And I think it says you need to zip, as in like zipping it up. Again, another way to close things.
Possibly.
I think that's what he said.
Quote what they said, this shit is twisted, ain't it? I need a zip to straighten out my mind, I'm sitting patient. Like my legs are broken, still I'm waiting with the pain.
No other way to sit if your legs are broken.
Oh, damn it, Chase. This motherfucker.
But when they down, you can benefit. You quote what they said, this shit is twisted, ain't it? I need a zip to straighten out my mind, I'm sitting patient. Like my legs are broken, still I'm waiting with the patience.
I'm sitting patient, like my legs are broken, because
Like
a
he's a
patient
medical patient in a
can be
wheelchair.
a medical patient. That's what I
And-
put my head down for when
And
I
that,
first
well,
heard it,
that's
and
why
I'm
I
just like,
said, you know, if your legs are broken, there's no other way to sit now, and there. And with the zip, I was thinking like Zippo, as in like the lighter, like
which could be true.
to straighten out his mind, like either weed or tobacco. But yeah, it's still the same, like straightening out the twisted. So yeah.
Straighten out my mind, I'm sitting patient. Like my legs are broken, still I'm waiting with the patience of a doctor for the hip replacement. Shit, I'm aging, only 21, but still he's sick with cadence.
With
Explain
cadence.
that with your lame ass. Talk shit, but he's sick with cadence. Explain patient. Like my legs are broken, still I'm waiting with the patience of a doctor for the hip replacement. Shit, I'm aging, only 21, but still he's sick with cadence.
Only 21, but he's sick with cadence.
Yeah,
So his cadence.
his flow. Yeah. Yeah.
My mind, I'm sitting patient. Like my legs are broken, still I'm waiting with the patience of a doctor for the hip replacement. Shit, I'm aging, only 21, but still he's sick with cadence. Explain that with your lame ass. Talk shit, but you'll never see me pay that. Play back what I lame ass. Only 21, but still he's sick with cadence. Explain that with your lame ass. Talk shit, but you'll never see me pay that. Play back what I said, it says lame rap. Just give me credit for the sense I had to pay back. It's Chase.
Just give me credit for the sense
Since I had to pay back. Yeah.
Credit as in a credit card, cents
As in
as
money.
in money,
Yeah.
cents,
But
payback.
Common sense. Yeah. Yeah.
I've had it with you today, homie.
You ended that out strong, though. Well, they weren't lying. They had a lot to say. Very good stuff. And there were definitely bars in this one.
There's bars and
Yeah.
It's lame rap. Just give me credit for the sense I had to pay back. It's Chase.
Chase is a fucking bank. I'm done.
Yeah, his brain. Oh, that was good.
I'm fucking done.
Does that mean we're not ever doing 3 with Chase and them again in a row?
I like that. I never have to pay back. It's Chase.
Right.
Chase Bank. But it's Chase.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even need the song. The song's over any fucking ways. Hold on. We gotta finish it out because somebody will come along and be like, you didn't listen to the last 5 seconds?
2 seconds? I honestly just like the sound. Is that trumpets or is that the sax?
It might be sax.
I think that's the sax. Sorry, guys. Anyway, now that he put him on for 2 seconds. So I think that means we're never reacting to 3 of Chase's
Never say
tracks in a row again. Or technically I would say Elijah Kyle when he's in this bag too. Since this was his track. And he gave us 2 of the 3 verses. I will again point out that there were 3 verses in this.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess plus points.
Yes.
Bonus points.
Yeah. They had that already. I'm just going to say that. Okay.
Anyways, guys, that was amazing.
I really enjoyed it.
And don't get it twisted. I enjoyed every facet of this song. Elijah Kyle killed this shit.
He really did.
Chase killed this shit.
I like hearing them together on the same track too. Sonically, they did extremely well, and their writing was close enough that it was a nice balance between the two.
Right. I don't know what else to say. I love the message behind the song, especially the idea of just being stuck in this loop.
Your purgatory.
And, yeah, not necessarily stuck in hell, but not really heaven either. You're just stuck.
Well, you're not
doing the
you're
same
not getting
shit
to the place you thought you were going to.
every
you
day.
know? Yeah. But I do like the talk about, supporting the people around you, whether, it was talking about having to distance yourself from friends that you didn't want to see go downhill, but also the support that artists deserve while they're still alive.
Right.
So, yeah.
Dope
Great track, guys.
Loved it. With that being said, we're going to
Go to sleep.
wrap it up. If you guys like the video, slash that like button,
We're
subscribe, and
going
ring
to
the bell.
chase dreams. That's what we're going to do.
No, I'm probably going to be rolling around in bed until I get comfortable
You're
because
like,
it's fucking
Right.
hot. If you guys like the video, be sure to slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below what did you think of Elijah Kyle featuring Chase with Purgatory. Also comment down below if there's anything else that you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons, guys.
Yes.
Push
Go hit
theirs.
the link. Go like and sub to EK. And if you haven't yet, go like and sub to Chase.
That'll do it.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. We cannot wait to see Depraved People later.
Good night, guys.